Do you experiment with toys and stuff? That is how we're starting today. You bought me my first present and I'm like, he's the one. My friends are like, you bought you.
Every time we'd have sex, it was f***ing painful for you. And for me, it was like, well, this is shit because I'm trying to make you like have an orgasm or like have a good experience, but I can't even do what I like to do in sex because it will cause you too much pain.
Sex for us was a very beautiful thing that we shared when we went through hardships, when there was stress in the business, also when we nearly broke up.
When we first met, I was like, obviously quite active, but I say this like last year, I just haven't felt as driven.
What do you mean by that?
So,
all right, we're
what
back.
happened this week in the Jordan and Tam show?
I have some feedback.
Fuck, here we go. I love feedback.
Have some feedback.
Feedback's
I've also got,
fucking awesome.
I know we love
How
feedback.
triggered do I get when I get
You
feedback?
love feedback. Can we cheers to being back, baby?
Cheers to being back.
Cheers to being back. I have feedback that we weren't spicy enough.
Oh, we weren't spicy enough?
Do you know, can we be completely transparent here? When we put together
I hate being spicy.
Yeah, Jordan he's like, I want to talk about AI and business. And we went into, we're talking about business again, babe. This is about us and our relationship.
Yeah.
Getting spicy.
What type of spicy? Neurologically spicy or?
Well, people want to know. I've got questions here from people, so we're going to go into questions in a second.
Ooh, we got questions.
But
I like questions.
apparently we're not being spicy enough.
All right.
So here are some of the questions people have asked us that we're going to begin with.
We haven't had BDSM in a while.
So that was my first question. Do you guys experiment?
Get the question out.
Sorry, I read another question. I got stuck in that question.
There's Tam's ADHD for you. Oh, I better stop swinging. I can hear that squeaking. Can you guys hear that squeaking?
Okay, so the question, I've lost it. Do you experiment with toys and stuff? That is that is how we're starting today.
Yeah, do you remember the first toy I bought you?
TJ.
What was it again?
TJ.
We need to like do a plug for that thing. That
It was
awesome. It's a little sucker.
Oh yeah, it's like this weird. Basically, what that noise is. It did that. It was just. And we called it TJ because I'm Tam and you're Jordan. I remember when we first started dating, gosh, we don't do spicy very well anymore. We need to get back into our spiciness. I'm getting really awkward right now. But yeah, no, I think we have explored with experimental toys and stuff. And you bought me my first present. And I'm like, he's the one. My friends are like, he bought you a toy. He's not the one. But yeah, TJ was this weird sucky thing of a vibrator thing. It kind of did a bit of everything. I don't know how to explain it. I will basically.
Supposedly amazing, but
we don't do that anymore. Next. Is that something you want to get off your chest?
She prefers a little forky thing.
I prefer my own little vibrator when Jordan's not around because you're always around and when he's not here.
The funny thing is she'll put it on charge and we're like, oh, so you've been doing your thing.
She's
like, what do you mean?
Give you guys context of our relationship. We work together. We work from home. We are with each other pretty much all the time. And so when Jordan goes on his motorbike to go to his Cairo appointment,
like, yes, now's my
I close the blinds and then I charge my thing and then I realize, shit, it's so obvious the blinds are still down. And then you come home and then he sees this black cord with this little like black thing like this and I'm like, uh-oh, he's going to – and then I just ignore him. I'm like, I'm not going to talk about my private time. But yeah, so the question is, do we experiment with toys and stuff? We used to be very experimental. We haven't been lately. And I guess for many reasons.
Which are?
This is your opportunity to talk. This is not the Tam get off the chest moment. This is Jordan get off your chest. Get it off your chest.
I'd say, life and business is hard to navigate. We definitely... I don't know, like, I don't know if it's because I've gotten older. Like, when we first met, I was like, obviously quite active, but I say this like last year, I just haven't felt as driven.
What do you mean by that? Do you feel like it's a common thing men do feel, but they don't talk about it? Or do you feel that – because women, I am going to speak on behalf of me. I've definitely been more of a sexual person for a very long time. And then when you and I got together, we were very explorative, I guess you could say. But I did find over the last 2 years I lost that drive. I've never had that before. Do you think it's common?
I think it's cortisol, like a lot of stress.
Yeah.
This chair is so annoying. Sounds like our bed, nah.
It sounds like not an existent bed. But okay, so in terms of our experience and people figuring out, is this a normal thing? I don't think it's a normal thing that when people lose their drive, but to give you guys context, we did have a period where life was quite stressful with the business, working together. And so now that we've come out of it, the other thing for us was the intimacy with pain.
Yes, that did put a big, I guess, stop on things as well with your endometriosis. So it wasn't as enjoyable for myself or for you, because every time we'd have sex, it was fucking painful for you. And for me, it was like, well, this is shit, because I'm trying to make you
make you have an orgasm.
You have an orgasm or like have a good experience, but I can't even do what I like to do in sex because it will cause you too much pain.
What do you like to do in sex, Jordan?
I like to go hard.
You do.
I do.
But it's interesting because ever since the surgery, we have noticed that.
Well, I think it's because I know what you're about to say. Sorry, but I think that is also because we have now adjusted.
Yeah.
And now it's a matter of like, because when we met, like I was already like, I guess you could say like in a zone of like, okay, cool, this is what I like, this is what I'm doing, like da 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 da, right? And I felt comfortable doing that. But then when you don't do it for a while, it's like, riding my motorcycle as well, as for an example. Like if I don't ride that thing for a year and I jump back on it, I'm not as confident on it straight away. The confidence builds over time again.
Yeah.
Now that I've been riding it like twice a week, I'm super confident on it again.
Yeah. So when you feel
confident, same with you, it's like
riding me,
because when I'm riding
me,
maybe it's that sort of thing.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I think it's good that we can talk about this because, sex for us was a very beautiful thing that we shared when we went through hardships with even us fighting. We spoke about the times when we were fighting a lot, when there was stress in the business, also when we nearly broke up. And then it was actually what I was speaking to Emily about. Her and her husband split, came back together, and it was because of the undiagnosis of her husband, autism and ADHD.
Yeah.
So I said, the same thing for us. I don't think a lot of people know that.
You still can't handle my ADHD.
Is this
I can't handle my ADHD.
Do you want to get it off your chest? It has been a bit like...
Well, I was doing a bit of a segue.
We can talk about our neurodivergent boyfriend.
Yesterday, I found a video. It was quite interesting because I was like, fuck, like, I want to understand, how I react to things a little bit better because, like, I am quite reactive.
Yeah.
And I've said to you so many times, like, my brain fires off before I even have a chance to think.
Yeah.
And...
What do you mean by that? Like, when you say fires off?
I don't have... So, yeah, because I'm, like, quite reactive, and I did say to you multiple times that, like, I go 0 to 100 real quick. I can't understand how to stop and think in those times. It's like I get triggered, then my brain doesn't even have a moment to go, hang on a second, like, don't react like this. It's kind of like that Eminem song. And yesterday I watched this video and it explained it so well. I was like, wow, it actually is normal for an ADHD person, some ADHD people, for that to happen because it bypasses like some part of our brain and goes straight to the amygdala.
Amygdala.
And we fire up quickly. We don't even have, it doesn't pass that pre-thought where it's like, hey, examine this for a second and then, respond. We don't have that. It just goes straight past that, straight to reaction. Because and it's super hard for me because, like, I do want, like, as soon as it happens, like, I immediately go, like, fuck, like, but my brain doesn't have a chance to, like, I literally speak before I even think.
Yeah.
And
I think that was,
don't know how to stop that.
I can normally handle it. I think it was just one of those weeks this week when I was just feeling quite heavy with the workload because obviously we're refining things. We've hired an EA. We've got Sadie doing sales now. We've got Nikki doing as a head coach. And then obviously we had that news thing that happened with Channel 9 and I was really excited. So there was all this massive build-up in my mind and I'm happy to take a lot more of the load. But when I'm struggling and I don't have my opportunity to express and be vulnerable because I feel like if I let down the responsibilities and give them all to you, you just fall apart. So I'm like, I need to delegate, outsource, and I was doing all of that, but then I just felt really unsupported. And then you snapped and I was just like, Wah! My phone keeps going
And then,
off.
we had a day where we had to, navigate. But, yeah.
But I think it's good for people to know, like, it's kind of like what we were speaking with Emily about with there's so much misunderstanding when it comes to ADHD and something when it comes to dating to ADHDers. I'm undiagnosed and you're diagnosed. It is a different world that we are in as a couple dating. She's like, I suggest you guys see an actual ADHD counsellor.
Susie.
Who's Susie? Oh, our Susie. She's not an ADHD counsellor.
She's ADHD
coach.
So,
but it was really nice to hear just how her family, a neurodivergent spiciness. But yeah, no, I think I need to figure out how to not take it personally when you react and you get a bit aggro. But one of the things we've been working on as a couple in our relationship dynamic was how we respond to each other in front of our clients and in front of our staff, because that was a massive thing that I was getting quite triggered by because I'm a big believer professionalism is important, but I'm also very big on, not pretending. I think, we have our struggles as a relationship, but when we're around our clients and we're working as a team and then we're a couple, I was getting, I don't know if there was something that I've been through or a trigger or, whether there's been something that I've seen my dad and mum do. I don't know why it really upsets me. So I know that's been something we've been working on. And you have been a lot better with that. But yeah, this week's been hard.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
You're welcome. But yeah, dating stuff, we used to be really experimental. We're working on our different spicy neurodivergent dynamics. And now we're also getting our spice back.
She's ovulating, guys.
Jokes. I've got a joke on. Which we're going to Byron Bay.
Who said?
You said.
Who said?
You said.
I never said we're going to Byron Bay.
I've told everyone.
Did we say we were going to Byron
Bay?
I
hope we're going to Byron Bay. It's supposed to be really awkward.
Surprise you with a night away.
I think it's
a nice thing. Do you know where we're going?
Byron Bay.
Whereabouts?
No idea.
No idea? Good.
Nikki's house?
No. Why would we go to Nikki's house?
She's in Byron Bay.
Hey, Nikki, we're coming over.
Actually, I haven't told her. I'll go, Nikki, want to do some dinner? Okay, so here's what I want to kind of unravel. I don't know where this is going to go, but in terms of spiciness.
This was completely unplanned.
I know. This was
episode.
Because we've been really disorganized this week, guys. I had a meltdown and Jordan was mean to me and now we're all good. But we did have questions. So the question was, do we experiment with toys? Yes, Jordan is very into BDSM. But we haven't been doing BDSM lately because we've been working together and it just hasn't been a top of front mind. But we are also wanting to make babies.
What's the other question?
There's not anything else that is relevant to the relationship. So it doesn't really help.
What are they?
You seem like the kind of person who's aware of how much people like you, but you never take advantage of it. Just stay kind,
That's
which
true.
makes it worse somehow.
Huh?
Which makes it worse somehow.
Why?
I don't know, this is what someone's written. You seem like the kind of person who's aware of how much people like you, but you never take advantage of it. You just stay kind, which makes it worse somehow.
Sounds like a guy's trying to get in your pants.
The annoying thing is I don't know who it is.
Why is that a bad thing?
Maybe it's about people take advantage of kindness, and maybe it's a worse.
But he's saying that it makes it worse somehow.
Maybe being kind can be worse.
Not getting acknowledged.
Seems like it.
But you do acknowledge people that you're, kind to or that you connect with. Like you're one of the best connectors I've met.
Thank you.
Aside from Navdeep.
Yes.
Shout out Navdeep.
Thank you, Navdeep. We've just plugged you for free.
But like watching you is one of the favorite things I like to do. Like if you're a people watcher, I love to watch
Naked.
Tamara because
why?
Just the way she interacts with everyone and anyone.
Really?
Because she just lights up when she connects with people. So, and you don't take advantage. You often, in fact, every time that you meet someone, the first thing or last thing that you will say after the conversation is,
how can I support you?
How can I support you?
I do that. It's interesting you say that because I don't watch myself how I am. I've even had someone say to me once, they're like, wow, what was it? It was something about, I always feel like you seem so confident when you're in these group settings. And in fact, I'm actually quite insecure in group settings when we go out with our friends, when it's bigger groups. I used to never really be, but I've become a lot more insecure and self-conscious, and it's probably just my brain overthinking.
No, you were definitely way more self-conscious when I first met you.
Oh, really?
Way more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you're right. I've definitely become a lot better.
I would hate after a night out.
I know. I go into this spiral.
And you'd be like, this conversation happened. Do you think they meant this? Do you think? I'm like, God.
I have actually come a long way. Actually, I don't even do that anymore. I don't go.
That's what I'm saying. Like you were way more insecure about
I was
like social settings then than you are now.
Mm. I think as well, there was a part of me a few years ago when I met you, I had been uncertain of who I was. I think there was a lot of like an identity shift. I don't speak about this quite actually, but shifting from fitness coaching into what I'm doing now was a really hard transition for me.
Yeah.
It was really hard. I didn't realize the impact I would feel, the insecurities of like what people would say about me, my friends, what they would think. Everyone was supportive, but it was just like I think in my head I could sort of tell people were talking about it, and I would be too.
It's funny you mentioned that because I never thought that there would be those conversations, but then there was that one conversation we had with someone.
Yeah.
And they did mention it, and I was like, so there was people out there. You weren't wrong.
I wasn't wrong.
What I'm trying to say is like I was under the impression like, no, why would they? And then, like it was like, 20, not even 24 months ago.
Yeah.
That conversation happened and I was like, oh, wow.
But it's kind of like a reassurance. Like I was intuitively right, but I've always been a big believer of proving people wrong. And if it was me and that happened to my friends, I think I would be able to be like, what the fuck's she doing? But then, understanding more, and I'm really grateful. I've got some really solid friendships,
You have an amazing friend. So.
Yeah. And you do too. You're part of the friendship circle.
Well, I am now, aren't I?
You are. You're like going, you're doing go-karting with everyone.
Planning things and it's good.
What else was something? So we were talking about, we had fights this week from a relationship start. We've made some big changes on trying to change our environment at home. Remember that conversation?
Yeah, she wants a new set of drawers.
Oh, guys, I don't think you understand. We've lived here in 2 years. We've lived in this apartment for 2 years, and I don't know if it's an upbringing thing because I grew up in a very poor background. So, my home has never been a nice home growing up. And this is something I always say to Jordan. He's a minimistic person.
I really am.
There's nothing on the walls. There's more cat toys than furniture. Cat furniture than people furniture.
I literally just don't see the value in furniture. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I've moved so often that I'm so used to be like, oh, fuck, like I know if I'm going to buy like an expensive couch, the second I move, it's going to be thrown out.
Yeah, but you haven't worked from home as long as I've worked from home.
I know, but what I'm saying is it's probably a habit that I've built in because it's like I was so used to moving all the time and so used to throwing furniture out every time we'd move. Because I think in Sydney, I moved to like in the 3 or 4 years that I was in Sydney, I reckon I moved about like 9 times.
Babe, I've moved my whole life. You can harden up and get some better furniture.
And, you threw furniture at every move.
But the furniture we threw out, because we were living in that place. How long was I with you in that place? 2 years?
In what, Brookvale or D1?
I forget we were in Brookvale too.
I wasn't in Brookvale.
I was in Brookvale. But DY, we were 2 years, right?
DY was 2 years.
Yeah. But we didn't have nice furniture then, and we didn't really have, anything special.
Shitty apartment.
It was a shitty apartment. It was an upgrade from what I had, and I thought it was really good. But the point is,
throw the entire
what we're trying to do in our new apartment is...
We do need a new lounge.
We do need a new lounge, but we also are going to get some portraits and stuff. And we're being very mindful of our routine with our dinners, remember?
Maybe you should go shopping on Temu for those portraits.
You do it. All right, I'll do the shopping. No worries. No, I'll do the shopping. I can do the shopping. I'm happy to do the shopping. We can do the shopping. I will do the shopping.
Not now.
No, I'm not doing it right now. I know we're on a podcast.
What are you doing?
I was like, I'll do the shopping. No,
ADHD's like, okay.
Undiagnosed.
The podcast.
Emily was like, you should not be taking his Dexy, darling. You know this. I was like,
Yeah, I know. Keep telling you.
Back to environment. So we work together. We wake up in the morning. Jordan does his little mindset stuff with his Think and Grow Rich routine. I have like a journal now. I'm getting back into writing. And a thing that I said to him when we're not going into Claude conversation, remember this, but one thing I noticed, I walked out and on our dining table, we have a nice dining table.
We do.
I have a very nice, expensive dining table.
Thank you, babe.
Thank you, husband, for that, future husband. And then I see Jordan on the dining table with 3 laptops. And I'm like, this is not for Claude. This is for dinner. So we now have a rule. I've even said to him, every morning I wake up and I want to film him. I come home when he's doing his ads calls or he's doing his data tracking. He's in the kitchen doing the calls. I go, no, we have an office for a reason. We've got neon lights. Do your calls in the fucking right room. So now we're very strict on where we work and the dining table is off limits. And I've got to wear a
T-shirt.
He has to wear a shirt on these calls.
I've got to shave.
I'm sorry, no offense. And shave. You look like a hobo sometimes. I have to wear makeup.
I actually didn't realise. I had to look at some of the old recordings like, yeah, fuck, she's right.
I was right.
I look like I'm homeless.
And then you're attracting hobos. So our home environment has been a big thing. We've been cooking. When I say we, I've been better.
I made amazing dinner last night.
Yeah, because you're in trouble.
Not before.
Yeah, because you're in trouble.
How good was it? It's like restaurant grade, guys. Like it was like a barramundi on like squash chat potatoes.
Actually, I'll show everyone.
It was amazing. Well, you can't show everyone here, but we can put this on the podcast.
No,
so you
I'll
can
show
actually
them.
See it.
I'll show them.
But it was great, guys. It was amazing.
Can you see that? That's what Jordan made.
It was so good.
It was good. So they're the things that we've been working on this week. So we fought. You made me food. You're taking me away. We're going to have baby making. I am overlading right now.
Here's a little tip, guys. Don't fight with your missus. It costs you more in the long run. It
does. And when you fight with me...
it costs you about $2,000 every fight.
I didn't ask you to do it.
I know, but I know what's required.
No, well, maybe I should fight with you more. That's a nice feeling. So we fought, you're taking me away, and our environment has changed. What do you want to work on for next week with our relationship?
Well,
tie me up. Do some BDSM.
Can you handle it?
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm a bit scared. Guys, I'm a bit scared.
I'm getting turned on at the thought, but can you handle it?
You bring a suitcase to Byron Bay. All right, we've got...
I don't think the spreader bar will fit.
I don't know what that is.
You know the spreader bar.
Oh, we should bring the swing.
We don't have the swing.
I know.
I wish we did.
Yeah.
We don't have a swing.
We don't have a swing.
We do have a spreader bar.
I don't know what that is.
Do you know what the paddle is?
No.
I haven't seen the paddle in a while.
Someone stole it. That was another thing I remember when we were... We're going to steal their sex toys. That's weird.
But something I'd like to work on, not directly as in like us relationship, but something I am working on is the reactiveness. What about you?
I'm perfect.
You are not.
I know. I think for me,
you are in my eyes, but
thank you. I think for me, it's the environment. So we have been so bad putting our clothes away. Like the environment for me has been really big.
Cleaners doing that. So.
Yeah, we do. Thanks,
but
Danny.
That's another week away.
Yeah, so that's not acceptable. Okay, so for me, it's we're pausing on alcohol from after Wednesday, after the weekend. So that's going to be a big thing because we're
hold her accountable, guys.
No, that's why I'm telling everyone now.
Hold her accountable.
I did do a TikTok of this after this weekend or after Ria's.
I've heard
farewell.
this many times.
No, don't say that. I stick to my promises, but then I forget there's we had Ultra, and then now we've got Ria and Robs, and then we've got it's September. No, but I mean for me it's obviously we only drink on Fridays, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then but now it's
occasionally on the Wednesday,
sometimes on the Wednesday, and Thursday. But for me, it's environment. It's also this because we're going to be I need to do cold turkey. After speaking to Emily about baby making. Yeah, because we also got an appointment with our my surgeon, Dr. Tina Fleming, on the 1st of May. Mm-hmm. So that will be a good thing for me to then get on the right vitamins post-op.
Jimmy Carr on. Oh, that's the 2nd.
Yeah, because I see it from that's Friday.
See you, Jimmy
so for me, it's environment, putting my clothes away, getting up, and I'm liking the early sessions with High Rocks. So it'll be High Rock session, environment, and putting my clothes away.
You didn't go this week.
I know, because I didn't go. My sleep's been affected.
Sleep's been bad this week. I don't know what's going on. Definitely need to get that magnesium.
I think because we've been while we fought, we've been doing a lot more this week with all the refinement and all the new things. And everything. The content workshop, everything, yeah. I've definitely noticed that. So, yeah, if it's our relationship stuff, I think I'm going to work on giving you peace and quiet when you're doing your ads. Mm-hmm. And home-cooked meals every single night.
Oh, hold her accountable to that.
No, that's why I tell everyone on this show, because if I don't tell people, I'm not going to do it.
I want a list of what you're cooking.
Okay, well, I'm going to try and cook. I'm going to remove the word try, and I will give you a list of what we're going to make, and I'll do the shopping, because that was another thing that pissed me off, was I try and do the grocery shopping, and then you're like, I don't want to shop for the whole week, and then we don't shop for the whole week, and then you're like, I don't want to spend money.
Sorry, yawned.
It's okay, I won't get angry, I won't get triggered.
But the reason why is because I just threw out half a thing of mince. I threw out that goulash thing that I made the other day.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't like to go do this massive big shop for the week, because by the end of the week,
I have a solution.
We throw out so much food.
I have a solution. Mm-hmm. Getting it delivered online, Aldi, you can do it.
How does that solve the solution of getting through all the food?
Because for us, we get so busy by the time so now it's about...
They're not cooking it for you.
No. So Sunday we go to the grocery shop, mm-hmm. But then on Tuesday we get it delivered. So then we're prepared.
We can do that.
We'll do that. Okay, handshake. We need to spice this up.
Oh yeah?
Mm.
How? Pull your pants down.
No, but I was actually a little bit disappointed. We only got 2 sexual questions. But
all right, let's go. What's the next one?
That was it, baby. Everything else was a bit
2 questions.
It was just boring. Yeah, people are fucking shit.
It's
fine.
Come on.
We're not that cool anymore. But maybe with the BDSM and the experimental stuff, maybe that'll spice things up. But no, that'll be my promise to you.
All right, want to spice it up?
Mm-hmm. No, the routine. The routine. I don't know if I can handle any BDSM right now, but for Byron Bay, I'm definitely keen for a bit of spice.
All right.
Because we're making babies. And this will be done after Ria and Rob's. That is next week. So I'm pulling back, but then after Ria and Rob's, no more. So any last final words you want to say to get it off your chest, baby?
I don't think I have anything. No.
Okay.
You?
Just that I am doing the best I can with what I've got, and I am excited to be a mum, and I'm really proud that we've got you in your role, Sadie in her role, Nikki, and I'm feeling really good about the next 6 months.
Amazing. Me too.
Oh, that was me getting off my chest.
Amazing.
Should we have sex now?
Let's do it.
Bye, everyone. Peace. See ya. I remember the first time I spoke on stage. My heart was racing, palms sweaty, voice was shaking. I was terrified. Not because I didn't know what to say, but because deep down I was afraid of being seen. I was afraid of my own power. But here's the truth no one tells you. Speaking isn't about perfection. It's about connection. When you step onto stage, whether it's a room of 10 or 10,000 people aren't just listening to your word. They're feeling your energy. They're watching to see, does this person believe in what they're saying? Does this person believe in themselves? The power to command a room comes from owning your story, not performing a script. That's what amplifies your voice, and that's what creates impact. I spent years shrinking myself, dimming my light, thinking I had to sound like everyone else to be taken seriously. The moment I let go of the performance and I chose to lead with my truth, my voice changed, my business changed, my life changed, and that's what I want for you. Because when you learn to speak with authority, to lead with conviction, to show up as the fullest, boldest version of you, you don't just inform, you transform. Own your message and create the kind of presence that moves people into action, because your voice is your greatest asset. It's time to use it. So if you're ready to stop shrinking, if you're ready to step into the leader you were born to be, join me at Show Up and Speak Live. The mic is waiting, the world is waiting, and so am I.